Hello world, I'm the White Foot Soldier, and that is Dire Beaver. Finally, this figure gets released after a long wait. I know I was very excited for this figure, and when I found out that it was indeed coming out, I couldn't wait, and I went out and searched, and luckily I was able to find one. It was the only one at my local Walmart, so they are probably going to be short packed at least for the initial release. And as you may recall, this figure, along with one of the other Dream Beavers, Dark Beaver, was shown, I guess, last year sometime as the prototypes. And we got Dark Beaver released a little while back, so I was really anticipating this release, and obviously I'd love to have all four, but I'm very pleased that we are at least getting two. So let's have a look at Dire Beaver. It comes on the new card. Here, I'll zoom in so you can take a second to read his bio. And obviously you can pause the video at this if you would like to finish it up there. So let's snap Dire Beaver open and see what he's all about. Now obviously, just by looking at this, it's going to be the same exact sculpt as the Dark Beaver. So if you have Dark Beaver, you're going to pretty much know all the same features that this one will have. Let me snap him open here. It looks like we got, check out the leaflet too. I don't know if it's going to be anything new. Adjust the camera down. Don't know if it's going to be anything new or not, but we'll have a look at the leaflet here real quick and see. So here's the leaflet that comes with Dire Beaver. And it's getting quite large as the Nickelodeon line is really expanding. And it looks like this one, I'm trying to remember the last leaflet that I got, but this one does actually contain, at the bottom you'll see Dimension X Casey Jones and Dimension X April. So I don't recall, and Robug actually too. So I don't recall getting one of these recently that had those figures on them. What else do we have here? Oh, we got the Spittin', let me see, Spittin' Mikey and Spittin' Raph. So they're on there. So some of the turtle variants are on there as well. And it looks like there's pretty much the same vehicles. Actually, Dire Beaver is on there too, right next to Dark Beaver. So there's the new leaflet. I don't think there's anything really too exciting on the back. Nope. So let's free Dire Beaver here. And this tail actually looks a little bit, I don't know if it's the lighting in here, it looks a little bit purple actually too. So that's going to be different than the Dark Beaver, which Dark Beaver's was a little more of a gray color. So pretty neat. Just add something little. I think that it is. We'll actually compare and see for sure. Let me lower the camera so we can see this guy. So as you can see, the tail will go into the back. Just he pops in pretty good. Nice. So it's not loose. It looks like it's pretty tight in there. So we'll call that some articulation, right? So we got articulation in the tail. We have some ball joints in the shoulders. There's no wrist articulation. There's some articulation in the neck area. And there are ball joints in the feet. Or I'm sorry, not the feet, in the hip area. And this is really cool color. I like the paint that was used. It almost looks like, I don't know, like I said, if it's the lighting. Could just be the lighting, but it almost looks like the Dire Beaver is even maybe a little bit of a different tint in some areas. I don't know if that's just, like I said, my lighting in here, or if that's the actual figure, but it's either way, it's a great looking figure, and we can see that the whiskers, let me focus on the face, the whiskers are painted. Looks like obviously the front tooth is painted there. Doesn't look like, just like with Dream Beaver, it doesn't look like that we have, or not Dream Beaver, Dark Beaver. It doesn't have any paint on the other teeth or the tongue, but that's okay because they're kind of back in there and you can't really see. We have the evil looking eyes, we have some paint for the ears. Now we can see some of the hair follicles on its head. That's just cool that, you know, I don't really care that that's not painted. That's just cool that they included that on the sculpt. And obviously the claws are painted there, so on the hands. And we see on the feet, this was I think my biggest flaw whenever I reviewed Dark Beaver. It was the unpainted toenails. I thought the toenails looked really nice when they were painted in the prototype, but still it's a really nice looking sculpt. I like the obviously different design for Dire Beaver here on his belly area, and get a side view of him. Whoop. He does stand on his own there. I was going to say, don't let the tail fool you there and think that he needs the tail to stand on his own. It might just be how the lighting's hitting at the different tint, but either way, that's really cool if it is in fact different tint, because it just adds something extra, you know, when the light hits it. See, that kind of looks a little bit more of a pinkish purple. And the head itself looks like a kind of a darker purple, but it could just be how light's hitting it. I don't think that it is. I think that it actually is a little bit of a different shade. So there is Dire Beaver, and let me grab Dark Beaver here. So we finally get both Dream Beavers that we saw the prototypes for a little while back. I'm absolutely thrilled to add this guy to my collection. Like I said, I was really hoping that we would get all four of them because I love this episode with the Dream Beavers in them. Dave Beaver was really cool, and I would like to add him to my collection, but I'm not really great at customizing, but maybe what I'll do is I'll get a couple more of these and have somebody make a few up for me, and I can have all the Dream Beavers. So get a side view. We can see that pretty much everything is indeed the same. But that's fine with me. I mean, these are just awesome. I love these characters so much that it doesn't even matter to me that they're the same body and sculpt and everything. So yeah, so that's Dire Beaver. So make sure that if you want this figure, you get out early, because like I said, it does seem like he is going to be short packed, at least for the time being. I'm seeing him pop up a little more online and things like that. So he is shipping nationwide, it looks like. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and good luck tracking down Dire Beaver, and thank you very much for watching.